What's up, world? This is your guy, Guitar K, and today we're going to be talking about becoming the answer and solution to your own problems. Look, man, at the end of the day, ain't nobody going to show up for you like you show up for you. Why? Because don't nobody care about you more than you care about you. We can have help. We can have support. But at the end of the day, you can't have your help out there fighting harder for you than you fight for yourself, man. Look, if you got a case, don't have your lawyer fighting harder than you fighting. If you got health issues, don't have your doctors and nurses fighting harder for you and believing in you more than you believe in yourself. You got to be your own answers and solutions, man. I'm telling you. Y'all remember A.I. Allen Iverson when he came into the league? They called that boy the answer. Why? Because the team that he went to, the Philadelphia 76ers, they were struggling. They needed something big. They needed a change. So they got the answer. That's what you need to be for yourself. When you're struggling, when you're going through something and you need something big, don't look on the outside of yourself. The answer is within you. You got to become the answer. You got to become the solution. Look, man, personal true story. One of my biggest issues and problems in my younger years, right? I hated being in handcuffs like a lot of us do. I didn't like police. I didn't like being in front of the judge. I didn't like being in the courtrooms. None of that. So I had an epiphany. Hey, Kawan, if you don't like being in those situations, stop breaking the law. It's not like they was just running out in the streets every day looking for Kawan Parker like I thought they was. No, they was looking for any knucklehead out there breaking the law. So the answer was in me. Stop breaking the law, and I ain't got to deal with those folks no more. I know a lot of people out there, they can't stand snitches. Man, I hate snitches. Why are people always snitching on me? Hey, don't do nothing for nobody to snitch on you. And you ain't got to deal with being snitched on. The answer lies in you. Become the answer and the solution to your own problems. It's always within us. Stop pointing fingers on the outside talking about this is why stuff is going wrong. No, it's not happening to you. You, me, him, her, 9 times out of 10, we're happening to ourselves and we're blaming it on other things when if only we was to change. If we was to change what we do, if we was to change our behaviors, things will start happening differently. Look, man, let's look at the definition of solution. Here we go with it. Because you know how people always say that they know what something means. You ask them, what does this mean? They give you what they think it means. But listen to this. This is what Webster has to say about the word solution and what it means. Solution, a means of solving a problem or dealing with a difficult situation. Look, I can be that means. You can be that means. She can be that means. Him, her, everybody. Look, we can be our own means to solving our own problems and difficult situations. But 9 times out of 10, we want to blame it on other people. We want to give them the power. We want to make it more difficult. Stop doing that, man. Look in the mirror. Look at self. Change your habits. Change your behaviors. And I guarantee your situation is going to change. The answer is always within us. We are the solutions. We are the answers. Look, man. And look, this is for the grown, able-bodied folks. You know, the ones that ain't trying to stand by idly on the sidelines waiting for someone or something to just magically appear out of a hat like a rabbit, I guess, and come save us. Look, man, ain't nobody coming to save you. Your hero is already here. It's you. It's me. I'm my own hero in my story. Pick up the pen. Start writing that story. Make yourself be the hero. Put the cape on your back. Give yourself the superpowers to pull yourself up out of whatever situation you're going through, man. Look. You can't be expecting for the help and support. The word support means to hold you up. They can hold you up while you're doing what you need to do for yourself. But you can't expect nobody else to do what you need to do for yourself. Do your part, man. This is what we're talking about here. We got to be constantly working out our problems and on our goals daily. You got to be doing everything you can do to find your own answers. You got to be asking the right questions. You got to be doing your own research, man. Don't take all the advice and the information that you get at face value. Don't do that. Get second opinions. Ask the people that you see that got what you want. Ask them how they got it. Drop the pride. Drop the ego. Stop sitting on the sidelines and just watching your life go by. People are just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tides just roll away, wondering, how come I'm sitting here and these people out here doing this and this and this and that? Look, man. Be your own answer to your own questions. Especially nowadays, man. They got Google. You can Google anything, man. Look, you can be what you want to be and live in color if you put in the work. Back in the day, parents and older people used to tell us that stuff like, look, you can do whatever you want to do. You can be whatever you want to be. And nowadays, it's never been more true. All you got to do is get up off your backside and turn yourself in the direction of the thing that you want to do and start walking towards it. It's all about the journey, man. But you can't be lazy. You can't keep procrastinating. You can't keep making excuses and pointing fingers. Drop all of that. Start living in the solution. Because if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So what you going to be today? You going to keep being the problem or you going to start being in the solution? Ask yourself that, man. So many of the problems that we face, you know, like I said, they can be so knocked out of the way and eradicated if we just get out of our own way, start thinking more positive, drop the negative, drop the self-doubt, drop the I can'ts, turn them around to I can. Because check out this statement, man, and it's never been more true. Whether you believe that you can or you can't, you're right. Think about that. Pick one. You better pick a I can or I can't and roll with it, man. Look, you're looking for answers and solutions to your anxiety and your depression and your PTSD and so many other issues that I hear being talked about today. And we're looking outside of ourselves when a huge part of those answers that we're looking for is already in us. Like I said, change your habits. Change your routines. Change your thinking. Start eating better. Find time to rest and relax. And find time for some physical exercise. Be mindful of the company you keep. Be mindful of what you read, what you watch, what you listen to, what you're paying attention to. What are you feeding your spirit? And if it's more negative than positive, please change that immediately. Because of all of that I just talked about has a big part to do with how you're feeling. If you don't want to change none of that I just said, you're your own problem. You got to change some things to become the answer. You got to change some things to become the solution. If what you're doing is not working, you got to change it. You got to do something different. In order to become something that you've never been, you got to do something that you never did. Look, man. Are you your own problem? Are you in your own way? Are you happening to yourself by the choices and decisions that you keep making? These are valid questions that you got to ask yourself at the beginning of the day. And at the end of the day, you got to review your day and ask, did I do the best things that I could do today to help me get closer to my goals? Did I do the best things today to help me deal with my anxiety? Or did I do things that's making me more anxious? Did I do the best things today to help me deal with my depression? Or did my choices that I make today the exact reason why I'm feeling depressed and going through all this craziness and drama? Think about it, man. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, we're in our own way. We're happening to ourselves. Life is not about what happened to you. It's about how we react to it, man. Look, man. This is a serious subject, man. You can be your own answer. You can be your own solution. You can solve your own problems by doing something different. And it's never too late to start. You can start that thing right now. Start cutting out the fat. Change your habits. Start living better. Start thinking better. Start doing better. Look, man, outside sources, people, doctors, and groups, they can only help. But we have to do the work. There's nothing wrong with looking for outside help, for advice, for people to support us. But at the end of the day, like I said, they can't do it for us. They cannot be the answer. You, me, we have to be our own answers. We have to be our own solutions. Stop looking on the outside. Look within and become your own answer to your own problems. I can't say it no better, man. I'm going to leave it at that. This is your guy, Guitar K. Be more